Hi, what's good? What's up? We are reading some more Sangatsu no Lion, a new chapter very intriguingly titled New Days, after we've concluded the epic four-part saga of Kenji and his match against Soya for the Meijin Championship. We're moving on to New Days. We're not sure what those are yet. It's volume 10, a new cover. We can see Hina-chan with her new haircut. It's a rainy day out at the local little amusement park. How cute, how cute. What can you even say? And a cute little photo. Photo? That's not how you describe a drawing. It's a drawing of three little birds. Cute little birds. And a recent photo of the author's cat, of course. An important character in its own right in this saga, Boon-chan. Yeah, it's me, Boon-chan. I've been really into curling up recently. When I'm in this shape, I slip around on ice. When Mama sees me, she says, Boon-chan has turned into a strange plant, and takes a lot of pictures. But I leave her be. Mama has a bit of a distant attitude towards sports, and I think it's important for people to realize things on their own. Boon-chan, I have no idea what you're talking about. Volume 10. So currently, scanlations at least are up to volume 15. We're getting there, we're getting there. There's still quite a lot to read, but we're getting there. Another lovely shot of birds hanging out with Momo. Momo reading some sort of picture book. Some of the birds seem interested. Quite a fantastical drawing. Usually even these drawings, where Momo and Hina are like hanging out, wearing fantastical outfits and stuff, it's still realistic insofar as it could be a scene that's actually happening, even if they don't like own those clothes or whatever. Whereas these giant birds, chickadees, and these look like chickadees to me, the black and white ones. I don't know what the all white ones are. Oh, this is another really lovely shot. Here Yama is reading the book that Nikaido made, the Guide to Shogi, that he himself wrote and illustrated. Tons of cats around. Two of them are their cats, but I don't know who the other cats are. Maybe one of them is Smith-san's cat. I don't know. Whipping up a whole bunch of cotton candy. Floating away on the cotton candy. What a magical scene. It's so good. It's just so lovely. It's like the balance the series has between these hyper fluffy, just beautiful images and the way they like blend into some of the really sentimental, touching, just like kind of the softness and frailness of humanity that comes through in the stories. But at other times, the story is so brutal, is so sad, is so compellingly tense and dramatic. It's like the balance between these two entirely different tones. It's not even really a balance, and it's not even entirely different tones. It just kind of feels like really two aspects of the same life. That there's no conflict here. That this is just what it means to be a human being. To let yourself drift away on clouds of cotton candy, but then to wake up and try hard again. Okay. Another cute shot of Hina. Hina with long hair, though. Not canon anymore. Not canon anymore. And here, sometimes Umino-sensei will include sketches, work in progress type shots of other illustrations that we see in the book in some of these insert pages. I think that's like super cool. The Meijin Championship ended. The rainy season came to a close, and now summer is almost here. My third year of high school, the end of June. So that means that Hina has started as well in their school. Once I graduate high school, I decided I would focus purely on shogi rather than go to college. So I only have 9 months left in my life as a student. That's interesting. Because, yeah, I guess we're going to get into this. Like, why he went to high school in the first place. Like, he didn't even have to do that. He could have focused on shogi even throughout his high school career. But he had this intent. I wanted to have a memory of not running away. That it was more for just the symbolic act of actually going through and doing it. Even though primary and middle school had been such challenges for him, had been so much suffering as a result of it, he wanted to have that memory that he stood up and he did it regardless. And so far, his high school career has had ups and downs. It's had a lot of boredom and an almost total absence of interaction. But then he met the science club. It became the Shogi in science club. He had some really wonderful memories with them. He had made friends. So it wasn't all for naught. It's the third year I've come back to this thing called school for that reason. Still as alone as ever. The reason I can sit here absent-mindedly, feeling completely different from before, is because I think I've made a little progress. I'm like, I think this is quite realistic. Like Kiriyama is just kind of drifting through school like this because he's never the type to call out to someone, to initiate a conversation, to make a friend on his own. But the other kids in his class, sure, Kiriyama is just some shy nerd who sits in the back. But all it takes is one person to happen to pass by a shogi magazine and see Kiriyama's face on the cover and be like, hey, wait, that's Kiriyama from school. Hey, what? And then suddenly, shouldn't he be like a celebrity? Shouldn't he be the talk of the whole school? Shouldn't people be coming up to his desk all the time wanting to talk to him? Am I crazy? That's what I would do if I found out one of my classmates was a professional shogi player. I would freak out. I would think that was the coolest thing ever. I'd want to know everything about them. But I don't know. I guess I'm not. Maybe that's not typical. That's just me. One new change. I could talk about what happened over those days. Everything staying. I think it's supposed to be everything staying pretty much the same. Is the fact I'm able to see Hina in school now. Ah, that's nice. And look at this! Hina seems to have a friend already. She's walking somewhere with someone. Like, I don't know what's up. That could be anything, but it seems like Hina's making friends. Kiriyama-kun, of course, her friend. After Hina overcame those angry ways with the entrance exams, 3 months have already passed and she entered Komahashi High School. So I kind of like how they've done this little time skip. Time skip is something that is kind of jarring if handled too abruptly or too with seemingly a lack of respect for like the weight of that time skip. But I'd say this one succeeds in two measures that I think is a good teaching opportunity. First off, it shifted the focus away from our main characters and showed other things that were happening in the universe of the series over that duration. Like we saw little excerpts and snapshots of the Meijin Championship, right? Which stretched over a period of months. And the whole time we didn't know like what Kiriyama and the sisters were up to. The only time we saw Kiriyama was when he was doing commentary during the one Meijin game, and everyone was like talking over his face, and they had to note that he was the protagonist, which I just absolutely loved. So it kind of makes sense that we step away from these characters for a while, and then when we step back, some time has passed. It's just like a very natural time in which to do so. The other thing that they've done here is that they've made it so that there's like a new normal, that Kiriyama and Hina are at the same high school. It seems like the incident we just saw with Hina waving to him is sort of like a regular thing. They run into each other, they hang out maybe, I don't know. But it's like saying that their lifestyles have changed in some noteworthy way that may impact future plot developments or may just kind of reflect an emotional change in the characters or whatever. It's not just like time skip up to a certain incident. It's not just like time skip to create a mystery. It's not so like straightforwardly and obviously deployed. It's more about segueing you into this new mood. So to me, this is a cool way. 3 months have already passed. This is how things are now. Ooh, the Shogi Club! And they're using the character from Nikaido's book. First timers welcome! The first 4 to arrive get a free tissue case gift. Oh, what? These pieces, are they hand knit? Whoa! Oh, those are the tissue case gifts. Well, aren't those cute? There's a king, and a silver general, and a pawn, and a bishop. Oh, how cute. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, wow. So look, they definitely are friends, Hina and this other girl. Oh, this is so wonderful. They actually become tissue cases. Neat. Yama's blown away. It kind of seems like maybe they should just be in the handicrafts club or make a handicraft club. It's like the opposite of what happened in Yami, where they were the handicrafts club, and then it's like, shouldn't you just be the fortune telling club? Now the shogi club will become the handicrafts club. It's an endless cycle. They look great, but I'm kind of afraid they might be so cute somebody might steal them. Even if they rip the symbols off they're drawn underneath. Okay. So it won't make the poster look too confusing, but yeah, they won't have them to give away anymore. All done delivering the goods from the handmade club. So she does hang out with the the handicrafts club sometimes, it looks like. Complete. Ah, she made a friend. Look at this friend. Oh, I'm so happy for her and her friend. Tsugumi-chan, the daughter of a small handicraft salesman in Nippori. Wow, so cute, so cute. Knitting together. Ugh, this just seems so lovely. See, okay, so so I'm reading Sangatsu no Line right now, and Yugami-kun right now. Okay, so I've been thinking nonstop. What if these characters met? What if Kiriyama and Yugami met? I wanna write dojinshi to this effect. I don't know. It's just the sort of thing I think about. So I have a whole plot in my head. It doesn't matter. But I wanted to do like an omake where Chihiro-chan meets Hina-chan, and I thought they were gonna talk about how Hina-chan makes sweets and Chihiro-chan makes like handicrafts and stuff. They're gonna talk about how great one another's stuff was, so on and so forth. But now Hina is just straight up doing the handicrafts itself. So I gotta rewrite. I gotta rewrite my bonus omake for koma for my dojinshi, which I probably will never make because I can't actually draw. But the ideas are there. I have pretty much the whole script of how I want it to go, and I'm quite happy with it. But regardless, let's move on. Fair skinned, placid girl with pretty features. And I guess one thing they have in common is they both have families downtown that run shops. Oh yeah, that's really nice too. Yeah, seem pretty much on the same wavelength. No matter how much they talk, they always seem like they have more to say. I suddenly realized they're spending break times, lunchtime, club activities, and walk home together. All right, I'm doing it. It seems so inappropriate for a series like this, but when it happens, it just happens. I'm putting on the Yuri goggles. I'm seeing to the Yuri end. Hina X Tsugumi-chan. It's OTP. It's canon. I've shipped it, and it shall be so. Nah, I'm just kidding. They also both joined the Handmaid Club. Oh, so she's not actually in the Shogi Club. Okay, that makes sense. Thanks to that, she doesn't have to rely on me at all. Even though we're in the same school now, it actually feels like we see each other less than we used to. Aw, poor Kiriyama. That's okay. I don't mind. I think back to how she was last year. My chest feels like it's being torn apart. Oh, Kiriyama. What a wonderful person. He's just so happy to see her happy. But even if he's lonely, he knows he's lonely in the shadow of this great happiness. And that it's more than worth it. As long as Hina-chan is able to spend every day with a smile on her face. As long as she's able to do that. Oh? Oh, yes, of course. There are new members in the Shogi Club. I forgot about this. The principal and the vice principal, of course, have both joined in order to have a pro player as their personal Shogi coach. The vice principal and the principal. squaring off once again to be the representative in the company crew battle, I guess. Or rather, I guess all the shogi players in the school are going to participate on the team against other companies, and they're vying over who gets to be the leader of the pack. I guess maybe some sort of anchor position. Sure. Oh, yes. What a den. What a wonderful world that Kiriyama... Oh my god, just think about this. Kiriyama looking out the window at Hina and her friend skipping and celebrating and just overjoyed with their friendship in the sunny day under blue skies, picking out cute beads and knitting cute things, and then he turns back. This is the club that he's trying to recruit people into. This is the club that is supposed to entice people who like cute things, like their tissue pack holders. Is this. It's this old man. There's the teacher. He's still in the mix, of course. Nearly everyone is smoking. Big bowls full of spent cigarettes. 5 of them now. Oh, gosh. Bombarding Kiriyama with questions. Have they no shame? Have they no dignity? They have to make it up to the A-class league this year. So it's like they all play, I guess, competitively amateur leagues and stuff. They probably go to shogi halls and stuff where there's small intramural competitions and such. Calm down, everyone. They're all calling him sensei. How respectable. What an amazing shot. Just as I said, just the contrasts in the series. Contrasts that don't feel jarring or unnatural. Well, like, they are jarring, sorry. But they really are just reflecting all the slices of Kiriyama's life. The heaviness of his memories, this slight lonely feeling that he has, his huge relief and joy at seeing Hina happy. I love on this page, in the top right panel, there's 2 drawings of Hina, okay? This is Umino-sensei, unable to restrain her own joy. That after a long, long arc of having to draw Hina sad, that truly happy Hina, she just can't help herself. I'm drawing her twice. Here she is, and here she is again in like the same panel. That's so endearing. That's so wonderful. I'm so happy that she allowed herself to do that. That she indulged in that. The double Hina. Ah, yes. But this is Kiriyama's world now. A smoky room full of middle-aged men. Excuse me. If I'm being really honest, I thought Hina-chan would say something like, maybe I'll join the shogi club. Nice try. I also thought the same. But it was that she was having a fun time with the science in shogi club, and the science portion has fully graduated. So now, when it comes down to this game that she finds very, very difficult and maybe not all that fun, playing it in a smoky room full of a bunch of middle-aged men that are all barking at each other, or she can hang out with her new best friend, sewing cute things and making crafts and just having the most wonderful time on earth. Poor Kiriyama, your option just isn't that good. There's no way I can just completely leave Hina-chan alone now. I mean, this isn't so much a shogi club as it is a total outrage. Place where people are taught by a pro shogi player for free. Oh, so that's like a term, I guess. Interesting. By the way, as for those shogi club invitation posters the Handicraft Club made, the tissue cases were snapped up in an instant. The bastards pretending to want to try the club out, just because they wanted things handmade by cute girls. Wow, what a kind of a melancholy chapter, in a way. But it's like, Hina's life is just so much better, so lovely, so wonderful. We're just overjoyed with happiness for her. And then in stark relief, Kiriyama, who really is kind of just going on as he has before. His life probably not that changing over the last 3 months. It's just this kind of heavy complexity of his life I don't know. Things are always happening. Let's take a quick look at the explanation of a crew battle in shogi in the blog by Senzaki Manabu Sensei, an extremely powerful shogi player. Shogi is an individual sport, but among amateurs there also exist crew battles where players team up. I love doing this in Melee. This is like one of my favorite Melee events, so I could see this being a lot of fun. I'd have to say the largest of these is the Intercompany Crew Championships held twice a year, commonly known as the Company Crew Battle. So that's the one they're talking about in this manga. Competitions in which people from the same company's or organizations form 5-man teams, compete against each other. Traditional tournament, and this year it has been held 106 times. Wow. So twice a year. Okay, so it's only been 53 years. Still, that's pretty amazing. At first I thought it had been running for 106 years, but that would have been nuts. A class, so that's what they're referring to. We need to get into A class. There's a rank called the S class. Oh my gosh. A mere 8 teams are entered into this exclusive class, made up mostly of well-known amateur heavy hitters. I wonder to what extent companies will hire pros or semi-pros or retired pros or whatever and be like, hey, you're not making that much as a pro shogi player. I know that you're only like B class in pro shogi, but you come and work at our company. Cushy job. You do nothing. You just have to play for our team. I wonder how much people care. 64 team and 128 team tournaments. Oh my gosh, that is a lot of people. Massive locations like the Japanese Martial Arts Stadium, another martial arts stadium, gymnasiums. Winner of each class receives a beautiful shield. Nice. Publishers of this manga, Hakusensha, have been champions multiple times. Wow. And Umino-san's editor is the reason they won. What? Cool. Set at the entrance of the editorial department. Wow. I feel so good to know this. Like, think about that. Not only is your company one of the strongest amateur shogi teams in the country, consistently doing very well at these events and winning sometimes, but then you have the honor of working with and publishing what I would be surprised if it's not the greatest shogi manga of all time. Clearly, in my mind, one of the greatest mangas of all time, period. Working with Umino Sensei, who's just such a generational talent and clearly just a wonderful person from everything I know about her. Truly, you feel blessed by the gods of shogi, no? As for other tournaments, the Inter-Workforce Championships seems similar. Unlike the company crew battle, there's no restrictions on being from the same organization. Oh, okay, so you just, a team of whoever. A team, maybe you're even allowed to have meets, I don't know. There may be strong players that join teams like mercenaries. Ooh. Pro players are not in this tournament, although they're often asked to join wearing a mask. Group battles for those in college age and below are in full bloom. Nice. 3-man elementary school teams held separately. Those sound fun. It reminds me of Mahjong tournaments in like the Saki universe, that the team is such a focus. I think that adds a lot to it, potentially. You still end up playing by yourself. It's not a team game. But the power of being on a team can be so supportive. Something unique to crew battles is even if you're doing badly, you don't want to resign quickly because it lowers the morale of the other players. Right, because I think they play all of their games at the same time in the crew battle. Often these matches come down to the last game, and all members of both teams watch with bated breath as the final outcome is determined. My gosh. I've never participated in a crew battle. I'm playing for shogi for almost 40 years. Never done it once. Huh. So I've realized something quite astounding. Not only shogi, I've never done a crew battle in any event at all. That's odd, extremely odd. Because of that, I have a secret adoration of team battles. I really think it would be nice to have an experience where I lose but the team wins. Yeah, I mean, after playing an individual game for 40 years, I can definitely see the appeal of that. I can definitely see the appeal of what a relief. I lost and yet we're still advancing. Never before have I felt this sensation. Nice. Okay. Very nice chapter. We will read some more shortly. We're closing in on chapter 100, which is pretty crazy. Okay. See you then. Bye-bye.